What's good, Jameson? How you doing? That's right, Jameson. Go Braves. I don't know if I told you, that's my dad's team too. What's going on, you guys? Come on in. Happy Tuesday. Oh, excuse me. Happy Monday. Sorry, y'all. I keep thinking it's Tuesday because I'm off tomorrow. But happy Monday. Let me know how y'all doing. Hey, what's going on, East Side? I'm gonna call you East Side for now because you came over just like you said you would. So what's going on? How you doing? I'm gonna respect you for now. Come on in. Come on in, sir. Come join us. Come join us. What's up, you guys? The start of the week. Let me know how your Monday was. Mm, I'm sorry, Jameson. I know you be going through it, homie. Yeah, we all praying for you, man. We hoping you getting through it. That's good. That's good, Jameson. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hopefully you keep feeling better, homie. Thanks for being here. All right, y'all. While we let the room kind of fill up a little bit, just want to kind of let y'all know something tonight. I don't know if anybody follows any kind of lunar cycles or anything like that, but y'all, tonight is a super full moon, not just a regular full moon, but a super full moon, y'all. So just a little, just dropping a little info. Like, any of you guys have any goals, or any of you guys have any kind of manifestations or any kind of intentions that you guys want to set tonight, will definitely be the night to do it. Just, don't take anything. It's not anything crazy, anything special, nothing like that. All you gotta do is just consciously think on your goals, you guys. Just I can tell you guys myself, just within this last year, I've had a lot of great things happen, in my life. Just I've always been blessed. I can tell you guys, just trust me when I say manifestation can work, you guys. So just even if you just have just some goals you want to reach, just for the rest of the year, you guys, you got what, six more months, 5 more months. Yeah, guys, help me out, y'all. 12, yeah, 5 more months. I'm sorry, y'all. Just turned July. Forgive me, but yeah, you guys still got happier to get some things done, you guys. So, hey, never too late to start anything. Hey, what's going on, Bruce? How you doing tonight? Yeah, that's really low, Jameson. Yeah, I hate for your phone to cut out. You about to get in some real good conversation right quick. Yep, me too. Yep, you see it, Jameson. I got the Dallas on too. How you doing tonight, Bruce? And what shirt you got on, East Side? You still got on your Deshaun Watson shirt? Because you still got the profile picture up, ain't it? Let me know what jersey you rocking lately. All right, y'all, about 5 minutes in. You guys haven't already, go ahead and hit that like button. If you haven't, hit that subscribe button. Let everybody know I'm live. Anybody, let them know I'm live. Tell them hop on. We just kicking it as usual. It really don't matter, Bruce. Look, look, I already told him. Like he not even. I forgot who I was talking to. Maybe Double R. Like he not even a closet Cowboy fan no more. He just a straight up Cowboy fan. So I went ahead and told him, look, welcome in, Cowboy fan. Come on in. Oh, by the way, I don't know if I said. Let me know if you guys can hear the music. I want to test the volume right quick. Hey, good night, Jameson. I hope you feel better, man. For real, for real. Get some rest. Have a good night, man. We'll talk to you. Yeah, and I'm sorry to hear about your kitten, Jameson. I saw you say earlier, I think on Laws Live, or maybe Landlords Live. I'm really sorry about that. And I don't know if any of you guys been outside. Y'all know I work outside, but I hope you guys staying hydrated out there. Today's heat was not playing, you guys. Up in the 90s, 92 out here in VA, and the DMV stay with that up and down weather. So make sure you guys stay hydrated. Where I definitely have my hat on today. Definitely keep that sun off you. Wear that sunblock too. Hey, what's going on, Tavis? How you doing? How you doing? Hey, thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. Yeah, just asking everybody how their Monday is. Everybody chilling, talking about that hot ass weather. Excuse me, hot weather. Sorry, y'all. We just chilling. Yeah, you right, Bruce. Let's get into the realness. Guess what we talking about today, y'all? I was thinking I think, maybe right after I did the show last night, or of course this morning front with the work, just trying to think of the next topic for my video. And I was like, you know what? I'm always, I've always just kind of been like an offensive girl. I've always just, like those, either the run game or just, even, high powered pass game. I just always just like watching the offense work, seeing what the OC or the head coach can come up with. But, I very rarely talk about defense. So, I may need you guys' help, every now and then. But tonight we're gonna talk about our cornerback room. How you guys feel about that? Bruce, you say you on the clock. Hey, that's how you do it. Make that money while you taking a break. That's good, Tavis. Glad you just got off. Go ahead, kick them feet up. Get some rest. No music. Let me see. Let me see. All right, how about now? I don't want it to be too loud so you guys can't hear me. Let me know if you can hear it. Let me know if it gets louder than I am. Still nothing. Let me see. How about now? Another 4 hours, Bruce, man. I'm gonna, I'm gonna try to get you. I'm gonna try to get you through one of them hours, my brother. I don't know about the rest of them three. I'm gonna try. Okay, let me see something. How about now in the music, y'all? Just left downtown, east side. Like, come on, bro. Like, really? You got one more time, bro. Like, already. Like, we ain't even. Come on, fam. Come on now. Double R, what's good? What's good, hon? How you doing? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, let me know if you can see y'all wrenches. I'm trying this mod thing out. See if it's working. Let me know if y'all can see them. I'm really sorry. I'm not sure why I have it like, I have like like a second window open, just having like background music. I'm not sure why I can't be heard. I'm really mad too. Like, want some kind of chill music in the background, you feel me? Is that you, Swain? What's going on? Oh yeah, I see them wrenches popping up, and they blue too, y'all. Check them out. Check them out. How you doing tonight, Swain? Good to see you guys. Good to see you. Hey, right? Our first hater. Like, hey, look, and I'm early with the celebration drink. Hey, cheers. Cheers to you, Lisa. Cheers to you. That's right, James. I had to give you one before you got up out of here. Hey, I know that's right. Hey, my favorite color too, double R. Look, the week ain't even started yet, y'all. We ain't even started yet. We got a hater and we lit. All right, y'all. So let's go ahead. We were kind of, well, I done kind of goofed around enough. Let me go and get started. All right, y'all. So today we're gonna talk about Gilmore. How y'all feel? How y'all feel about that? All right, guys. So we all know that we picked up Gilmore's off season. We gave the fifth round pick for him, but is that really giving up anything? Like having a former defensive player of the year on our squad now just kind of gives us a level up automatically. Gives us defense just a whole another kind of goal to grow towards. Swain says, feeling good, babe. I feel like we need to have quality battles at camp. Hey, I feel the same, Swain. Like, and it's not even going to just be battles amongst, the quarterbacks and amongst the wide receivers, you know, individually, but it's going to be amongst wide receivers versus, you know, DBs. You feel me? So it's going to be kind of like cross competition. And it's just going to be so much just to look forward to. Like, and these boys about to get gritty, like for real. They're going to be working for a spot, and they're going to be working just to show what they can prove. You feel what I'm saying? So it's about to get gritty, y'all. What you? Hey, don't tell me you sniped them already, double R already. He had one time, so you get one time. It's all good. You said sniper RA. You need to change that now, double R, like for real. Hey, y'all crazy. All right, y'all. So yeah, Gilmore was Defensive Player of the Year in 2019, and he was overwhelmingly voted, as the top spot for that year. He made it, I believe, it said 7 spots ahead of Chandler Jones, who was on the cards at that time, and he made it through that with 6 picks for that year and had 6 passes defended. Now, he's able to help New England finish first in total defense and interceptions, also tied for second in interception return for touchdowns, and was third in passer rating allowed with 47% here. Now that's crazy. Now, it's courtesy of NFL.com. We'll shut that out. That's numbers, y'all. So that's where I got the information from. But look, and also looking at Diggs' numbers from last year, so he was able to defend 14 passes. I forgot to record his passer rating, but I believe that it might have been somewhere in the 50s to 60s. I don't know if any of you know on the top of your head, but let me know if you know. But can you imagine? Let's just say we're just throwing some numbers out there. If we have a 50% chance out on the field on both sides of the field. Sorry, y'all, it's my dog. Sorry about that. But yeah. If we have a 50% chance on both sides of the field, like that's almost a shutdown on both sides of the field. You feel me? Like a quarterback better watch out where he throws, and you're not going to the middle of the field because we definitely have quarterbacks at other positions, willing to step up and take those spots too. The Villar said, Mickey fam, swing made me first man through the door. Hey, and I think you was. You and Dope Monster, like for real. That's really what I'm looking for. Dope. Hey, look. Soon as I look. Hey, I'm weak right now, y'all. Look, soon as I say, like, look who pops up. Dope, the first through the door. Like, you ain't late, Dope Monster. Look, we just talked you up. What's good, fam? What's good? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah, you heard him swing? Yeah. Yeah, he was marking that least side, hating on us. I gotta get that security up in here, you know. Hey, I don't know if I told y'all, but my dog's name is Dallas, y'all. Had to name him right. You already know. Yeah, it was good, y'all. I said, yeah, it's a party now. Dope my up in here. It's a party. But yeah, y'all. Back to the defense. Like if we're able to lock up both sides of the field with both Diggs on one side and Gilmore on the other side, it's gonna be very hard for quarterbacks just to be able to even think that they can throw the ball. You know, a lot of them are going to be maybe even forced to run the ball a lot, and maybe that might make them think twice. And then that's when our D line is going to be able to step up. All right, y'all. So for Gilmore, just for 2022, he only allowed 3 receptions per game for 33 yards and allowed 56% of targets. The last 9 or 10 seasons, he had at least 2 interceptions each year. And as I was looking at some of his highlights, most of his plays to me, in my opinion, seem to be made up of pass breakups. He's very willing to tackle. Very willing to step up. Not afraid to challenge the receiver. And of course, we see interceptions. Things like that. So I just think that he's going to be able to have a great effect on his quarterback. And of course, we see, last year, and then just last year, some of the receivers he kind of went up against. Tight end Cortland Sutton when he faced Denver. We see him go up against Gallup last year, of course, and also Jefferson in the Vikings. And of course, we see when they went up against Adams, he was able to stop Adams from scoring a touchdown, and that's not very easy. So, and that was just last year. So a lot of people like to call him washed up or old or think he may not be able to make a difference. But I think he's about to make a world of a difference. Swing says, would Gilly see more number ones or super wide receivers? Hey, that's a good question. I was looking at some of his highlights, and of course, like I just named up, he was facing a lot of number one receivers, but I think he might be able to see a mix of both. Just depending on what kind of defense, that we end up seeing this come up here, and depending on what defensive coordinators might decide to put up against CD or even Cooks, because we know that Gilmore can be good inside the slot or even outside. So it really can be either or. Like I kind of think of it like how they were kind of talking about it with the cross training with the O lineman. I know it's the other side of the ball, but just kind of comparing. Not saying that the cross training is the quarterback, but one of these guys out here, they go, like how we mentioned how Bland was able to step up in the slot, but he's also outside. Like just these guys being able to play multiple positions and also being able to help out the teammate, so that they able to cover a long ground. And of course, Double R had to get you. I had to, man. I had to. Yeah, how you doing, Dope Mike? Good to see you, fam. Glad you made it. Glad you made it. And you guys, just to get a little bit more information, I kind of looked back and actually looked up. I think this interview that Gilmore did about a few years ago with ESPN, where he actually sat down and kind of broke down some of his film from 2018 and 2019. He, was still with the Patriots, was able to go to the AFC Championship up against the Chiefs, and I just kind of watched. Sorry, I haven't still haven't been able to download my software just yet, but I still want to come to you guys with the show. So, wasn't able to get the software up and running and share my screen with you guys. It's definitely already powerful. Until then, I just just have the facts for you guys. So I hope hope you guys enjoy talking it up. Keep it going. But yeah, I was just just kind of took some notes from that interview he did, and it's always kind of interesting to me to watch a player kind of watch himself on tape and just kind of break down what he's thinking in those little and what may seem like minor moments, but they can end up making a big difference in gameplay. And there's some of the quotes I took from the interview is that he of course he's been in the game 10, 11 years, a very long time. So of course he's very familiar with receivers on the other side and he studied them, for a very long time. So he's able to kind of get their mannerisms as he studies it. He can get their mannerisms and also able to recognize how a wide receiver comes off the ball. So he's able to look at their hips and see how they position, and that kind of tells him um, maybe what maybe what direction they're about to go into, or maybe even what play or maybe what play is about to be called. So I was able to just read, so many. I'm sorry, I have a mind. He's able to just read, what's about to happen in front of him, and that's able to help you, control what kind of move about to make next. So, Larson, Swing, what are your thoughts on Mozzie? Can you write out and start? So says Gilly is bringing an IQ to this team that's going to benefit the defense as well as offense. And I agree. I really, so I think that these guys are going to gravitate towards Gilmore as the wide receiver are gravitating towards Cooks. And you see that the fact that that's happening. Like, you don't see as much, or maybe you just don't hear as much talk about what's going on in the quarterback room. But we've seen some interviews with Gilmore and how he says that he's really just willing to bring all his expertise and all his knowledge and just what he wants to offer to these young guys. And just he just wants to make the team better. His words, I think that's an effort. Another quote that he used, which I kind of like, is that he uses the sideline as he also said use the sideline as your friend. And he says that he kind of kind of takes the position of the wide receivers in the field and just kind of pushes them toward the sideline and kind of have them run out of room so that they can have no place really to, you know, um, kind of, just offer up the opportunity for, yards after the catch. Or, hey, they may even drop the pass because, or may not even make it to down because they're being pushed out. So, Marcia, I just figured out, let me get on it. I've been so busy talking about that. I got you right now. Dolar says facts. But do you think he has the NFL mindset to read the crazy plays? I think you guys are talking about Mozzie, or maybe you guys are talking about Deuce now. Also, how the hell was Deuce Vaughn the 212 pick in the draft? And I agree. And I was surprised he was picked that low, but honestly, I'm not sure what number should have been picked that. Just because of his size, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I'm thinking maybe that has something to do with how low he was picked, but even so, I mean, the speed kind of speaks for itself. You know the fact swing, yes, Mozzie has an amazing support. Yes, yes, of course. Though, my I got you. I got you. So shout out to everybody. If I missed anybody with the wrench, let me know. Please let me know, y'all, because I'm talking. I don't want to. I don't want to miss nobody. All right, let me know. Another thing I noticed about his game is that he constantly talked about where his safety was, Gilmore, and that seems to be very important to him, knowing what kind of help he has on the field at the time. He lets him know not only his own position, where, like I said, where his health is, where his teammate is. So that'll also kind of constitute what his next move is going to be. So if he knows he has something behind him, he knows he can make a move inside and not necessarily lose the wide receiver. In case he does lose him, he knows he has safety to come up and hopefully fill that space up for him. And just some of the ingenuity I think that he had that he's going to bring to this room. He kind of mentioned when he was going over the film from 2018 and 2019 that, of course, at the time Tyreek Hill was still on the Chiefs when they were in that championship game, and Gilmore was still on the Patriots. And he mentioned that he, um, in that game, decided to cover Watkins instead of Hill because, of course, we all know Hill had or still does have that speed. But of course, we're talking about back then, so he had that speed, and he figured, well, he may not be able to, if he misses him, that could be a very big play made on him, and he just figured, he wanted to kind of stick to his game and stick to what was smart, play smart, and decided to cover Watkins instead. And, that in turn was able to help him, be more effective for his team. And of course, was able to, shut, overall, I don't, of course, I know that he is going to be good, but to definitely have some kind of effective coverage and, able to, kind of shut down Watkins. So he says, do you see the safety having to shade to either side this year? How will it impact Booker? Um, that's a good question. Maybe Hooker may be able to stay a little bit further back. Like, I think they have they have ways of doing what both sides not even ran. So that might just help with, like, if the team decides to go deep on the field, maybe he just might be able to, he might just be able to remain that high safety where he can, kind of stay downfield. Like, if another team has a just mentioned, a Tyreek Hill will be faced with, Hill's going to be playing then, but let's just say, as of right now, if it's the Dolphins and he face someone like a Hill or like a speedy receiver, saying like, you know, trying to think, even the Stephon Diggs, I'm saying, I wouldn't necessarily classify him as a speedy receiver, but he can get down the field. So, they decide to go, go long down the field, might be able to keep Hooker up there to kind of help out, maybe Diggs if he happens to, jump on the play, he'll still have that kind of safety that Hooker maybe back to kind of help him out. Reduce the Swiss Army knife. I agree with that, yes. Yeah, I sure did miss Lisa. Hey, boy, y'all and look, I ain't seen them since. For real. We got look, y'all got them right out of there. Look, I ain't saying we. I ain't get you out of there. Lisa. So if you want to come back, yeah, I ain't got no problem. See, Bruce says, which group do you think has a bigger question marks, running back or linebackers? I'm gonna be honest with you. I would say linebackers, in my opinion. Like, I know running back question. I know the running back room has questions too as well. Still, and very valid questions. But being that for the linebackers that we just drafted Overshawn, and like really after and with Michael Turner, I don't think I'm still putting my both positions, linebacker and defensive end, or if he can stay more on the line. Be that as a name, we still have OBE over Sean, and I know we have Clark, and we also have. I keep forgetting about. I think his name is Devin. I forget his last name right now. I'm having a blank right now. Devin. It is Devin. I forget his last name right now. You guys help me out here. But then we do have some linebackers right now. We have to haven't really seen much of them outside of OBE. Of course, like I said, we just started over Sean. So I just think we have bigger questions than that right now. Devin Harper, yes, thank you. Yes, and I believe he came in last year with Clark. I know Clark had that injury. I know Devin was coming along too, but I know he didn't get a lot of playing time. So we're gonna have to see how they kind of sort that out. Okay, I see you jump back in here, James. Say what's up? What's up? What you doing? All right, you plugged your phone in. It swings like Eastside even porking me out the can. Hey, y'all wilding out. Yeah, I agree. Swain LB. Yeah, I think they have more questions right now. Yeah, and speaking actually that question of safety help, actually they kind of covered that. Well, I did kind of pick up on some of that back in the 2019 AFC Championship game, where Gilmore was talking about how he, in some instances, didn't have. They were doing cover zero, so they had no safety help on top. So he was, kind of mentioned that. I kind of took that and meant that he was able to kind of work the inside of a receiver. So what he did was he kind of watched the receiver's hips, to kind of try to recognize where they were going. And what he would do is he would work the inside, where he would kind of take away the middle of the field because he didn't have that, that up top. So he said that he would, trying to avoid them running a slant inside. So what he said, what he tried to do, he said didn't fully set his hips, but still work the inside of the receiver just to, try to cut the route off. And as I mentioned earlier, he's so familiar with his opponents. Just last year he had mentioned that he went up against Boyd, and he knows that Boyd, that or Boyd in particular on that play, and then the other opponents, little kind of idiosyncrasies, just to kind of move of what they're going to make. He knows that when Boyd just kind of a stutter step or like a double move, he's going to run to the outside. Sure enough, he's able to run to the outside and then of course pick the ball off and run back for a touchdown. So just some of these things that I think that kind of make up his game. I think he's just going to bring just so much ingenuity to this team that it's going to be hard for these young youth not to feel off. Good night, Jameson. Hope you have a good night, man. Get some rest. Yes, I appreciate Dan Quinn is definitely a mastermind. I mean, he already got this defense together, but he's gonna get it even more together. You know what I'm saying? And now that he has, and now that he actually knows that McCarthy got the other side, you know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm saying? Like they're gonna, you know, if it's even possible, having trying to, get even more towards the goal. They have even more motivation to get to where they want to go. Sling says Gilly will take film work to a new level for the secondary as a whole. Hey, I agree. I completely agree. The way, like I said, the way he kind of sat down and broke down his own film. Even like I said, even I kind of learned something, more about how he's just able to just, some players just have that instinct. Like he doesn't even take long to sometimes react. Like he just like I said, he knows his opponents. He knows their mannerisms. And just just to be able to have that quickness to be able to react and to still make plays, to still break up passes, and still make interceptions, and still run them back for touchdowns. Like this man is still doing doing something to this day. As of last year. You know what I'm saying? So I think we have a lot to look forward to. Double R said, "I see a small spot on your hat." Okay. You still trying to clean it, huh? Said, where did I get it? I think it was either NFL, NFL shop, fanatic, something like that. Actually, no, I think it was Amazon actually. Just type in, Dallas Cowboys bucket hat. And it was on What's good, Triple R? How you doing? Hey, look, you didn't get your pops, man. You still trying to get my hat. Yeah, look, he is not lying, Triple R. Look, he got East Side the heck out of here. Swing said Amazon is loaded. Yep. And they ain't stopping either. Look, man, they are not playing. They just a whole other entity. They about ready to rip off their whole planet real quick, y'all, for real. So they just they It started as a and for real. I forgot they started as a bookstore, like for real. Like I forgot all about them selling books. You know. That's great. That's why. Shout out to them. Hey, I got an account and they're coming through. So I ain't mad. All right, y'all. So real quick, we about to break down, some of these DBs that we have, some, quote unquote vets, DBs who are not rookies, not first years, and then the ones who are coming on this year, and UDFAs. I don't have a lot of information on our UDFA books, but I do have other information on the other DBs that we have in our group. So you guys do me a favor, put down some names in our quarterback group. While I name them out, put them in the chat for me. Help me out. So we have Diggs, Bland, Scott. That's Eric Scott, the one we traded up for, 6th round. Of course, we have Izzy Okwamu, and that's Deron Bland. Kelvin Joseph, Nashawn Wright, and of course, we have Jordan Lewis, y'all. So, is this the first three? We'll talk about Diggs, Bland, and Scott. We'll talk about these three because I think these three right here I think, may have the most impact from Gilmore's game. And then after that, the quarterback we talk about there in no particular order, but I think they can still, definitely still have to, definitely be influenced by Gilmore's game, most definitely. So my sister, I've been hearing glowing reports about Scott. Yeah, me too. At first I didn't think it was anything when he was getting runs with the ones because I said it's because Diggs and Gilmore were there, for that part of OTAs. But I mean, that's as they mentioned, it wasn't Kelvin who was out there. It wasn't Nashawn out there. So that has to mean something. The rookie you just drafted and the rookie you moved up for. What I'm saying, it's already getting some time with the ones. That definitely speaks balance. But yeah, so you got some of these numbers I'm going to go through are from the 2022 season. As I mentioned before, for Diggs, last year he had 3 picks, defended 14 passes. And yes, of course, we know the previous year he had the 11, I believe it was 11 interceptions on the year 2021. And then, of course, we know what interceptions put down, as I mentioned, to 3 last year. But, he seemed more disciplined in his game. He was able to bring down his passes defended. I mean, I'm sorry, his yards per pass defended by 4.7. So that shows just how, much more he was, willing to concentrate on the play and not, less willing to, to bite or, to bite on a double play or, you know, being more irrational on the field or just wanting to make an interception. He's, being more mental with it. Thinking maybe thinking more long term, like, as we see, he had less balls coming his way on the field, and that gave, in a sense, quarterbacks less options. Of course, they attacked the other side of the field last year, but of course, this year we have Gilmore. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's going to come into play, as I mentioned before, with these two guys on opposite sides of the field. It's going to be a huge factor in our defense. And just a couple of things. What I'm going to do really is just kind of go through and just mention what I think these cornerbacks can learn from Gilmore, each individually. Because I think when I was watching some highlights from Gilmore, what I think is interesting is that he kind of his attributes. What I will say is that the attributes of each individual cornerback in our room kind of, in my opinion, makes up what Gilmore is. Gilmore, as I mentioned before, is not afraid to tackle. He's willing to step up, to get the wide receiver's face, to break up a pass. still going out there making interceptions, still, disrupting plays. As I said, up to just last year. So this man is still grinding, still going, and is clearly still having influence, on players to this day. Until Meister says, speaking of bigs, I hope and pray that they're working on his tackling because last year was horrific. I'm not gonna say horrific, but I will say that I would definitely like him to work on his tackling because there were definitely some critical moments where his tackling came into play where it definitely put us in the behind when it mattered. So and I'm hoping that I do hope that he worked on his tackling because it's and hope that's one thing I'm hoping Gilmore can bring not and not to just Diggs, but with more of our room. You know what I'm saying? Because tackling is big, as I mentioned before, with these speedy receivers and even as running backs. Hey, sometimes it takes stepping up into the pocket if you see an open area, run through it. You know what I'm saying? If your man needs help, that's the time to step up. And we did see last year when Diggs stepped up in the Bengals game and made that tackle. You know what I'm saying? So it's nothing saying that he's not willing to do it. It's just, we just gotta see it. And as I mentioned, I think Diggs will be able to learn patience and discipline from Gilmore, just because I already believe that Diggs is definitely on his way to the top of his game. We see just how much of his, as I mentioned, his game improved last year, and I think he's very much so on his way. But you can never learn too much. You feel what I'm saying? So I think he's, going to be able to take his game and, still, take a little bit of Gilmore's game as well and just, have some kind of influence on him. He's going to, continue to use that discipline to continue to shut down his side of the field and also continue to use his mentality to maybe intimidate players and, not maybe be able to up his game as well. So, because how can Dan Quinn adjust if teams run power to dig side? That's a good question, Swain. That's why that tape says that's why that strong side is important in the LB room. And that's definitely true, and that's why it was an important question earlier. Whether we asked, which room had the most questions, the running backs or the linebackers. And as I mentioned, I think the linebackers definitely need to step up this year. We definitely have to see what we have because yes, we picked up Mozzie and Overshown, and that's to say if Overshown gets playing time. We still have Jabril Cox. We want to step up. You know what I'm saying? And um, that line is going to be solidified with Hankins. Of course, we know what they're about to bring. You know what I'm saying? But there's no such thing as too much help. We can always use a linebacker to step up and get in there as well. Y'all, wow, fair inside. Y'all crazy. All right, y'all. We gonna move on to Bland. All right, as we know, Bland, was shout out to landlord, anything but last year. He came on as a rookie, fifth round. Definitely explosive. Fifth round, as in, 5 interceptions, on the year as a rookie. You know what I'm saying? And definitely just made a huge impact on his team. You know what I'm saying? And he allowed 71% of targets, 412 yards, and 5 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? And that's it's nothing to as long as nothing to sneeze at. You know what I'm saying? Like for a guy coming in on a rookie year to just be able to, of course, we know he came in when Lewis got hurt. I believe week 7. I looked up earlier, and oh, was it Anthony Brown? Help me out, y'all. I'm not sure who he came in for, but he definitely came in and stepped up. We needed somebody to come in and make plays, and he not only made plays, he forced plays his way, as we saw multiple times. He snatched interceptions. He took the ball away, and on more than one occasion, and to see that kind of tenacity, to see that kind of not even aggressiveness, but just seeing that passion, just that drive to want to make a play and to follow through with it. It's amazing to see in the rookie. And as they talk about second year jumps, I think that's going to be something very important to take a look at, especially in training camp and just being able to step up, having other DBs coming in. Sorry, not DBs, having yeah, Bland, yeah, other DBs coming up behind him and he wanting to make a splash like Scott. He wants to step up and make a splash. If he has the kind of year that Bland had. He don't tell him what he's going to do. Yes, Wayne. I think Wayne DB is so important. Like that's gonna be vital this year. Like if we can get more than one DB, like if we can get Diggs to get back on interceptions and Gilmore as well, like I think reliable like to have like the field shut down this year, y'all. Like for real, like not even lying out like we could really have the field shut down this year if I would step up and really and even just work on the small things, work on the we call it fundamentals, work on the fundamental of the game, get back to the basics, remember everything each play has a purpose, remember why you're doing it, they just what I'm saying, like this year could really be special, like for real. Another thing about playing y'all when I noticed when I'm looking at highlights, like he actually last we know he played Indy last year when Gilmore was there. It was crazy. He actually ended up having two picks in that game. And watching back the highlights, I was actually surprised. I'm like, wow. What I'm saying? Like I'm wondering if, maybe Bland, was able to get together with Gilmore after that game and maybe, talk, chop it up with him a little bit, because we saw, after the game that, Parsons and Diggs was over there. Maybe Bland was able to, get over there in his ear a little bit too. That would be nice. And now he's actually in the room. What I'm saying? And we heard, shout out the landlord Henny and West Coast, we heard on their show that Izzy McQuamu was actually in contact with Gilmore, what I'm saying, trying to get advice and gave a little bit to him. So it's almost like we almost have a head start, already in our progression. So it's I almost see it hard to not take another step this year. Definitely, of course, we all want to get to the 20th game. We all want to make it past, that next step. But I feel like there's no way but up with this team this year. Lane's also really good at pushing guys out to the sideline. He's actually, good at looking the inside of wide receivers' hips and actually able to follow them. He doesn't lock into a spot. He steps up. His head is, for the most part, up, and he's just, always going to just, he kind of has a good way of following the quarterback's eyes. Seeing where, we saw that what last year, when he was able to step up, make the receptions. We saw him, as I mentioned, the Indy game. We saw him in the Washington game. That first Washington game, when he stepped up, maybe toward the end of the game. He just in that Eagles game, it's wild. But one thing I will say about that is nothing has to change about the interception. Like that was perfect. The perfect time of the game. That was great. The one thing I will say that I hope that he learns from Gilmore. One thing I think that he'll get from Gilmore is you know perfecting working the inside wide receiver. I saw in the interception on that play is that he was kind of on the outside and I mentioned before he was able to snatch the interception and take it away. But what I kind of want him to work on is just trying to get on the inside so that way hey maybe next time he can catch that ball for one and maybe run it back for a touchdown. What I'm saying? So awesome play, great play. I don't want to change anything about it. Just maybe just change kind of his position on the field and try to get ahead of it to maybe capitalize just a little bit more off the play. Guys, next, like as I mentioned, I want to talk about Scott a little bit. And as I mentioned, he's our they moved up to pick him up in the 6th round. He's from Southern Miss. They're saying right now they kind of project him to be on the special team just because we're kind of kind of top like, kind of heavy loader at the top of our DB room. But they said he could see special teams. We know that we always have guys on our special teams, KJ special teams. So we're gonna see what kind of reps he actually gets. But I think he maybe established this year. We're gonna see just how, like I said, we'll see what the competitions at camp, and we've already gave the ones. And nothing's impossible. He just might be able to see it's a long season. They have some rotation needs down the stretch. But if this guy gets done, that's gonna be wild, you guys. I mean, just have potential for another one to come in to make a big impact on his team and to learn, not only from, the other guys are going to learn from Gilmore. Everyone's going to learn from Gilmore, but the fact that this guy can learn from Gilmore and Diggs, because, of course, Diggs has, time in over him. This guy, he's already learning, from some greats, within the same locker room. Teaching different styles of play, and he's able to develop. And within his first year, coming in rookie year, um, not strictly not strictly developmental, but you know, you know, learning and getting to the learning curve, and then able to maybe make a second jump next year. I think we have Gilmore for a 2-year deal, so and hopefully get to sign Diggs. So this not the potential just for this year having impact, but Gilmore can have somewhat of a long term impact on these guys. Dope Meister says, can't wait to see all the new wrinkles DQ adds to his defense. I agree with Dope Meister, like in at every level as well, like not just on the D line, not just in the cornerback room, not just with the linebackers, it's gonna be like I think this year is gonna be like the true definition of when they call him a mad scientist because this dude is gonna be working like every aspect of that defense, and he's gonna just for him to have his his fingerprints all over that defense is just amazing, and for him to make everything click, like, it's gonna be amazing to see what he does. All right, guys, just quickly touching on the rest of the guys in our cornerback room. Before we do move on, how you guys feeling? You guys going kind of listening or anything else you guys want to talk about or feeling good about our cornerback room? You guys know how you feeling. Yeah, I feel y'all. I feel y'all. Devil Lord says, Mickey, what was the question? Y'all wildin' now. I just asked you guys how y'all feeling. How y'all feeling about our quarterback room so far. Swain said, I feel like we need to upgrade at quarterback 3. Swain, I tend to agree with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not down on Will Greer, but I wouldn't mind seeing something else. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really been watching a lot of highlights, but I did, you know, I forget the kid's name they brought in. It was an undrafted quarterback that they brought in. And I only watched like a few of his highlights, but he looked all right. Someone that might, be able to, be taking on the Dak's wing, and he might be able to, show some things. He's very athletic. Like I said, I'm sorry I can't forget his name. I really hate to even really bring him up, without really having his name and his stats, in front of me, talking about him. But I would really love to bring in actually and really like honestly, guys, I know we probably ain't gonna do it, but like even early in the offseason when I saw that they were talking about releasing Lee Willis from the Titans, like I'm like, I don't know why they wouldn't look at him. Like, and really, I don't understand why the Titans only gave that kid not even really a year to kind of see what he had. But maybe they were just in a rush to just move on to the next quarterback. But I think that kid has real, real potential. He uses his legs. That's the first thing I saw. Like he uses his legs. He tries to think. I mean, but he didn't really have much of a line. All he really had was Derrick Henry. You know what I'm saying? He's coming in after, a hurt Tannehill, you know what I'm saying? So, what kind of season can you really, expect from him to do? You know what I'm saying? Give him a full off season, to learn the team, get with the team, you know what I'm saying? But, so I wouldn't mind, get the kid in here, like I said, I don't think I'm gonna do it. But it's just something I thought about when they first, talked about it. 'Cause I would love someone who's, mobile, you know what I'm saying, who uses their legs, you know what I'm saying? I just think that someone like that could really learn very well under Dak Prescott and be in our system, you know, just like that, really. Don't match it. I feel like you need to upgrade that quarterback too. Hey, I ain't mad at that. I feel you. Like I ain't mad at Cooper. You know what I'm saying? But I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind competition, but like right now, like only if I need to. It's taken care of right now. Like I keep an eye on it, but I want to take care. I think I saw someone mention earlier in chat about kicker. Like I want to take care of kicker first before I worry about that quarterback two spot. Squinty says Teddy B as a healthy third, just sitting there. Our docs are the best in the biz. Hey, you see my eyes lit up. I wouldn't be mad at Teddy coming in, but like you said, he gotta be healthy. Like I love like two guys that stand out to me sometimes are Teddy Bridgewater and Tyrod Taylor. Like those two guys, like are just some guys I would just love to see this organization. But they're I don't even like calling players injury prone, but they get hurt a lot, and I hate seeing that. But it's like, man, like if they could just be healthy, like and if these guys could last the season, they would make like some really great, backup quarterbacks or even starting quarterbacks if these guys could just stay healthy. Yeah, it's facts. Yeah, Rush knows the offense. That's the main reason why I'm like, hey, like let's leave it alone for right now. You know what I'm saying? And really, like should we have looked at Zeke that way? Like, I know he wasn't producing, and that's a whole nother, conversation and video, but like should we have messed with it? But this Pollard, that we have to think about. You know. All right, guys, so moving on next to Izzy. Of course we saw him a little bit in the Bucks game last year, the playoff game against the Bucks, and we saw him, covering Godwin very, very well. He's seemed very, very sticky in coverage, which I love. I love that. He's not necessarily, he always just seems to, have his hand on his receiver. Like whether you're looking at him or not, he just always kind of, even if he's just, even if he has his back to him, he kind of just knows where they are, at that point in time. And, there were times where Godwin wasn't seeing targets because he had them covered up pretty well. Yes, Zeke as a second or third option. Yeah, I'd be with it too. Yes, Swain Izzy is solid. Yes. Yeah, shout out to the Edgewood Board. Shout out to Landlord, Penny, and West Coast. Izzy is a friend that they show. You know what I'm saying? Like he's been on there and he gave us, mad nuggets. You know what I'm saying? Like that show was dope. You know what I'm saying? Him letting us know that he had been in contact with Gilmore. They say before Gilmore even came here, and now he's in the same locker room with him. That's nothing but dope. Like these boys are gonna be like sponges around Gilmore. Like they're gonna want to be around him because they want to learn from him. One thing I will say about Izzy, like one thing I want him to work on is, as I mentioned, kind of mentioned with Blaine, just kind of working on his hips. Not getting turned around by receivers. Like I did notice that a couple games in the Bucks game, he was kind of, the receiver kind of ran around. He was kind of getting turned around, but it didn't affect his coverage, that much to where it was a problem. But one thing I did notice in that game was just not, work on his hips a little bit. Hey, I feel that Tavis, I don't think cornerback either. I don't think there's enough buzz in the building, for little days coming back. But I wouldn't be mad at it. That's all I'm saying. Leave it out there. I know. So next up, of course, we have Kelvin Joseph. With the second round pick. Saying we know, he didn't live up to what well, he didn't live up to what we thought he would last year. But he still, went out there and made some plays. You know what I'm saying? There were some plays he got beat on, and unfortunately, some of them were in some costly games. You know what I'm saying? But also in the playoff game we saw, it goes towards the end in that San Francisco game, he made that big, he caught that big fumble on that kickoff. You know what I'm saying? So I still want to see what Kelvin Joseph has for us. You know what I'm saying? Again, we saw him on, come through the trap on Landlord, Henny and West Coast show. Do another great interview. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't seen that yet, check it out. Like I said, Landlord, Henny or West Coast, check out their channels, check out them interviews. And again, he let us know that his head's back in the game. He still wants, a lot of people are thinking that this may be his last year, his last chance, but he doesn't want the nation to give up on him. He hasn't given up on himself. So I'm going to see what he has this year, what he has for us. And, he definitely shows a lot of explosiveness with special teams, tackles, his aggressiveness, like we saw with that fumble. Like that was a huge moment in that game, and we need more of those. So, and if he's, hey, as I always say, if you still want him to do it, I'm still, go ahead. Let's see what you got. Swain says, I went back and watched a lot of our games on defensive ends, some dumb stunts that caused some big plays. DQ has to slide themselves ahead of it. I agree, Swain. There was times where dudes were just just crossing each other up like for no reason, just doing crazy stuff. Why? It would just be like why sometimes it would just get in the way. Like it would be effective, and then we start seeing like stunt, and it's kind of like okay, like fall back a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like switch it up, not switch it up, but just when you realize something like either isn't working or it's affecting how the defense may be playing. Like we have to think of something else. Y'all crazy in the chat right now. All right, you guys. So next down we have Nation Wright. He was a fourth round. We saw him last year in training camp, kind of show some flashes a little bit, and I was really hoping that Wright would show up because in the year before 2021, towards the end of the season, he was really, I can't believe he had a fumble recovery in the end zone or near the end zone. He was making some big plays, you know what I'm saying? And so I really had to look for him coming into the season last year. He was making flashes. Well, actually, I think it was last year in camp. He was actually, I think, making flashes, but not big enough flashes where we were confident in him. And then, of course, he was in that carousel of cornerbacks in the season last year when Dan was over the competition. But, of course, we really didn't see anything come of it. So, you know, he's kind of a little bit in the same boat with Kelvin. We have to see what he has to offer us still, here in 2023. All right, and guys, we have who I don't like to say always, but who I tend to forget about sometimes is Joey Lewis. I think, you know, he's in his seventh year, um, third round pick, and either the Cowboys can let him go and save about 4 million, or they could potentially trade him. I think I heard that they keep him throughout this year. They can get some comp picks for him. I believe y'all, correct me if I'm wrong. But so yeah, there's a lot of value in either keeping him or letting him go. So as it seems like how the Cowboys are talking about him starting the season for the pup list. So that kind of speaks to his future right now with the team. So assuming he's going to be on the team, we're gonna see what position he's going to hold. He may just be someone that's rotational bound right now. We're gonna see how he comes back off that injury. Got hurt in week 7 last year. That's when the man came in. So we're gonna see, if he's gonna try to challenge him back for the spot, or if they're gonna, let Land keep it coming into the season. All right, guys, and finally we have, as I mentioned before, an undrafted free agent, Brooks. I believe his first name is Miles. The guys, help me out if you guys know. I believe it's Miles Brooks. I'd say undrafted. I didn't see a lot of highlights on him. But what I will those that the highlights I did see were that he had a lot of pass breakups, which I did like to see. And as I mentioned before, I saw a lot of that in some of Gilmore's film as well. So I think that that may be something that he can learn from Gilmore. And of course, another thing, sideline work, setting his hips, keeping his eye on the receiver, also, paying attention in space. So we're going to see, kind of like, well, I'm not going to say kind of like Scott because, he got some time afterwards, but, it's unlikely that Brooks, gets playing time. But, we're going to see if he shines and how he does in training camp, or if he's just a camp body, or we're going to see what they do with him. But, you know, you know, everyone, like I said, everyone in the room has a chance to learn from Gilmore. So, everyone has a chance, for their game to step up. All right, y'all. How y'all feeling out there? Let's hit about the minute. Oh, I'm sorry, the hour 15 mark. Anything you guys want to talk about? Before we head out of here. How you guys feeling so far? Double R says, Mickey forgot, fam. Please don't change your channel name because just got the new flyers just now to pass out. Hey, that is badass, Double R. Hey, I thought you was playing on that for real. Hey, I appreciate that, fam. Hey, I ain't changing a thing. It's gonna stay Cleveland Cowboys, all right? I appreciate that, fam. And I appreciate all y'all coming through tonight. Like, y'all my fam right now. Like, every time I talk to y'all, like, I am psyched. I'm getting a little more, more and more comfortable with this. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm just vibing. I appreciate y'all coming through. Let me know if there's anything you guys want to talk about, or we roll out of it, right? How y'all feeling? Got my mods in the building. All blue, I know that's right. Actually, yeah, the holiday tomorrow, y'all. Let me know what y'all plans are for tomorrow. If y'all have any. Did y'all get fireworks? I got some fireworks, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I can't wait to set them off. Who says we gonna rock when you do it? Hey, I appreciate that. Hey man, y'all some real ones. I love y'all, man. All day. So much to say professional. Oh Lord, don't. I don't know. Hey, this professional. Hey, that means I'm working all day. Shoot, I don't mind. Oh, hey, Miss Ella, how you doing, girl? Good to see you. Thanks for checking in. Tell Miss Ella I gotta say hi. Hope y'all doing good tonight. Hope y'all having a good holiday weekend. Hope everybody having a good holiday weekend. Hey, I respect that too, double R, man. That's real love right there. I appreciate it. Bruce said I got some plain out of bone grill and some steaks. Hey, I heard that. Hey, look, it is mad hot out there, so I don't know where you at, but yeah, definitely take care with that. 'Cause, man, that heat is not playing. But that do sound good, man. That sounds great, actually. I think we having some I think we having some burgers, y'all. Yeah, I appreciate that, Miss Eva. You know, hey, it's all love, man. All love, all day. That is for sure, bro. It's hot out here too in Virginia, man. Like I said, early when I first started, it's like 90, it's gonna be like 90s all week, yo. It's going to July 4th and 90s all week. It's been crazy. It's been crazy, yo. That is facts, dope meister. Yes, this East Coast one, man. You know all about it, man. We do not play over here. You get what I'm saying? Love because my whole crew eats. What's good for me is good for the fam. Hey, I respect that double R. Hey, that's how you supposed to do. You know, bring the ones you love with you, man. That's how you do it. Matter of fact, Miss Anna, well, it's gonna be on Mr. Michael's account, but go ahead and make you a mod. The next time you and him is Anna, I'm gonna make you a mod as well, all right? I got both of y'all. But yeah, Miss Anna, tonight we were talking about the DB room. But I think the DBs are gonna learn from Gilmore this year. Him being a former defensive player of the year, I think that each and every individual defensive back can learn something from Gilmore. Just take just I think a small, slight aspect of his game and kind of make it their own this year. And I just kind of want to see how at the end of the season what parts of their game have improved and hopefully that little parts of the game may have gone down. And hopefully the whole room is able to improve as a whole. Hopefully we see all these guys kind of step up in some kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Take pride in what they can learn. And take the opportunity and that you have this guy in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? Not just grab advice and tips on the field that that you see on the offensive side with Cooks. Get advice. From this guy off the field. Ask him what he does. Get in game mode or ask him what he does to get his mind right. You know what I'm saying? These guys have a great opportunity just to learn overall. All right, you guys. Well, I appreciate y'all working out with me. Once again, a great show. I appreciate y'all hanging out, and once again, I had fun, again with you guys. And before I get out of here, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Here, bounce. Hope you guys have a great holiday. Enjoy your night. Enjoy your day tomorrow. Chill, put your feet up. Have some great food, some great drinks. If you can, enjoy family time. Get some rest off from work. And as I mentioned it ain't in the stream, it's a super full moon tonight. Any goals you have, any manifestations, any intentions that you have, consciously think on them. It is only halfway through the year. It's never too late to accomplish your goals, you guys. Listen, for real. Manifestation can work. All you have to do is just, not just believe, but just put some thought behind it, put some faith behind it. Take those steps towards your goals, and it can help you guys. But God bless. Have a great night, and I'll be with you guys later. Right?